Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome to Beijing, the capital of the People's Republic of China. We're here in Asia for the CPT World Women's Curling Championship 2017. So much to see and do in this very busy city. Many flock to the Hohai area, the largest of 3 man-made lakes surrounded by a rambling maze of hutons, small narrow streets with shops and all sorts of cafes. So that's where many of us might head after the curling, of course. We've got some great action ahead for you this evening. It really is a mouth-watering prospect. We're into session 8 in the Capital Gymnasium. And what a game we have in store for you in this draw. 2 teams in great form in this round robin. It's Canada against Switzerland. Both sides unbeaten thus far, but something has to give this evening. And it is Canada who will have their national anthem announced to the crowd here this evening. Canadian team there, enjoying hearing their anthem. Here's their lineup. The lead, Lisa Wiekel. Second player, Joanne Courtney. For Canada is Emma Miscu. And their skip, Rachel Homan. For Switzerland, we have the lead, Nicole Schwegli. Second player, Marisa Winkelhausen. At third, it's Nadine Lehmann. And the Swiss skip, Alina Patz. So there we are, look at that. Canada and Switzerland leading the way. What a round robin they're having so far. Scotland and Sweden on 3 and 1. Czech Republic and Italy just behind them. 2 and 3, Korea and Russia. And 1 and 3, China, Germany and the States. The only country not to win thus far is Denmark. So, elsewhere in the arena, we have Italy against the United States. Our game, Canada, Switzerland on sheet B. It's Scotland, Sweden, and the other game is Germany against China. I'm Alison Walker, and alongside me, providing you with live commentary on this game, Canada against Switzerland, is former British curling team member Logan Gray. Good to have you with me, Logan, and just a quick word about these 2 teams. They played each other a few times, and Canada on top.
Yeah, good evening, Alison. Thanks for that. And yeah, absolutely. I think in 4 appearances or 4 matchups, the Canadian team have won 3 of them. But let's not forget that this team, skipped by Alina Petz, is the 2015 World Women's Curling Champions. So they've been and done it all before. Rachel Homan has been at 2 World Championships before and picked up a silver and a bronze, and they'll be desperately looking to go 1 better this week.
And both teams in super form so far.
I don't think so. Throw it in. but.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think we would expect that looking across the field that Canada and Switzerland, definitely two of the more experienced teams out there.
So Canada will be Redstones and Switzerland yellow. And it is Nicole Schwegli, the lead player from Switzerland, that gets us underway. She's 30 now, Nicole. She's from Bern originally, but lives in Rubigen in Switzerland. And, she's a doctor's assistant. Been 4 years on this team, and they've had an awful lot of success under Alina Paetz. And this is Lisa Weigel, the lead player for Canada. She's 31. Been on the Rachel Holman team for 7 years, and she works for the government of Canada in communications from Ottawa in the Ontario area of Canada.
Yeah, Lisa Weigel, of course, infamous for being so good at playing that tech shot that the leads play later on in the game. Traditionally anyway, but just watch out for Canada. Earlier on in the game, they choose to take a slightly unorthodox approach sometimes, this Rachel Holman team, and they use the tech shot in a kind of tie game situation to try and use it as an offensive weapon rather than a defensive one. So just watch out for that. That may even happen before the halftime break.
Always good to see different strategy and different shots.
Yeah, it was a bit of an eyebrow raiser for a lot of people. Not many other teams try and do it, but when you've got a lead like Lisa Weigel who can make them as consistently as she can, they can be a really good offensive weapon.
I think it was pretty good. Right, I guess. Huh? Wait, like she takes it and rolled just through. Yeah.
Rules of play, 6 ends minimum. We've got the 38-minute thinking time, and there'll be one 60-second timeout where the coach will pop down. Have a chat with the team. Second player for Switzerland, Marisa Winkelhausen, 28 years old. She lives in Zurich. Been in this team for 3 years. Very successful 3 years as well. Part of that gold medal winning team in 2015.
Okay, right through.
Joanne Courtney, the second player, 28 years old. This is her first World Championship from Edmonton in Alberta. And she's a nurse when she's not curling. Yes. Canada, I was looking at the stats, Logan, last won the Worlds in 2008, the Women's Worlds, which is a long time for a nation that's so dominant in curling.
Yeah, absolutely. When you look at the men's side and how dominant the Canadian teams are, it's a real shocking stat, to be honest. And who's not to say that it could be Rachel Holman that kind of bucks that trend. But you really had the Women's World Curling Championships wrapped up over the last 5 years. They've won 4 of them, so it's almost getting to the point that that Switzerland expects to win the World Championships.
Canada have won it the most over the years. They've got 15 gold medals over the years, dating back to 1979. So they did have a purple phase where they were just winning it just about all the time, but such is the strength of women's curling now. Other nations very much involved. What an experience for Joanne Courtney.
Yeah, you could see after the her kind of first national anthem that she quite enjoyed it, and she maybe even got a little bit emotional about it. Big moment for any player the first time they represent their country.
Just have to watch you don't overdo things and let that adrenaline push things a bit further than they should. Just keep calm.
Well, we just had a split timer there for the hog-to-hog times. Gives an indication of the speed of the ice early on. It does look just a little bit slow. There's a lot of people in here this evening, in the thousands, and there's a bit of rain outside as well, so there could well be a bit of frost on the ice this evening.
I did see a little tweet from Rachel Homan saying that when asked who's going to win, she said whoever learns most about the ice first. I'm sure these two teams already know quite a bit about the ice. Just catches that red guard there.
I would say from the first few days that there has been a little bit, maybe a little bit slower ice and a little bit more curl in the evenings as well. So here's another look at it as it just over curls and nips the guard. Spins into the house, so kind of forces Canada to play the takeout. Just a reminder, Canada with the last stone here in the first end.
Emma Miskew, third player for Canada, also from Ottawa in Ontario, and she's a freelance graphic designer. And 17 years with Rachel, playing with Rachel, and 3 years on this particular team. That she's and Rachel are great friends. Silver medalist at the World Juniors in Elms in Switzerland in 2010. Nadine Lehmann for Switzerland.
Well, they would have liked to get the inside roll under all that clutter in front of the house, but just hits on the nose.
Hey, so you can really hold it with sweeping. Okay, easy board. Okay. Hers just looks like it maintained, so. Yeah, I think you can throw board. Should be board. Oh. Clean it. Yes. Whoa, whoa. Yep. Yes. Hard. Hard.
Well, they're around. Well.
Sorry, I didn't realize how down it was. Yeah, no, it's hard to communicate that. That one died, eh? Okay.
Well, this is
Okay.
an aggressive call early on here from Elena Pats. Just as we get another look at the sweeping here, Joanne Courtney, one of the strongest female sweepers in the business, managing to keep that one straight and get the roll under cover. Back of the tee line, however, so Switzerland feeling confident enough to. A slight risk here, only because they don't have the last stone advantage. So if they don't make this one, then they could be facing a big end here in the first.
So Alina Yates, skip for Switzerland. 3 years part of this team. She's a sport manager. world champion of 2015.
We saw 12.7 seconds go to the back of the forefoot, so that's the gauge at the moment. 13.8. Now, great weight. Perhaps just slightly too wide with the line, but a super attempt there.
You probably see just half. Only a quarter. Want to just double peel? What do you think? It's up to you, whatever you think. If you don't think we can get there, then we probably shouldn't play it, but...
Well, we just saw you get there.
Sure.
And you had solid and back. Came down, eh?
Yeah. I mean, if we hit the guard over, it's wide open, so... I'm gonna have to be really eyes up. It's so hard to hear out here.
Yeah, maybe if we try, like, hack or, like, yell the weight instead of, I don't know.
I didn't know what it was. It was just coming down fast. Is this the rock you want? Sure. Okay. How much weight?
Now there's a little bit of a discussion in the house there between MSQ and
like
Rachel Holman about whether they should just peel the guards or whether they should go after the short stone and tap it through.
Okay.
They're going to go for the latter.
So Rachel, 27 years old.
I think we should double peel.
Started curling in 1995.
Thank you. Steal a one here.
He's had a team for 15 years. Coming
It's
back
on the
down
other
to
side,
having a
Rach. If we
quick
hit
look.
on this side, it's just sticking right there. We have to hit 3/4 here. Whew. This way, there's no way it's rolling. It's just
I tapped them in, though.
we have to open it up then. You got to go this way. Okay.
Think I still have to go this way. I think it'll curl.
Okay.
I'll change their mind in the hack. They,
I like this,
Rachel got to the hack there and then had to look at it and wasn't convinced that she could get to the nose.
Like usable though.
So they're going to try and open things up and
over there. We got to stick
make
close
sure
to
they
this.
can still score here in this first end.
Okay, Rach, let's go.
You got to get mine to roll. My shooter.
Okay.
We're only hitting like quarters. Okay.
Whoa!
Well, a lot of rotation on this stone.
Just gotta roll at least. Roll it, roll it, roll it.
So manages to peel the two guards, but still leaves one in around the center.
Another millimeter and it's perfect. It's close though.
We have like a touch at the end, but...
Goed knap wat hem voorbij doet, nee. Zullen we waar maken?
Ja, het heeft
Here's another look, just hits a little bit too close to the nose on that one.
Ja, gewoon er ja. Het is einfach schwierig, wij zo'n kuilen hebben.
Not too unhappy though. It wasn't a bad outcome, really.
Dat wäre ja perfect, oder? Dat is ook nog goed.
Also ändern, nein, ändern ein bisschen weiter auf die Centerline.
Still asks a lot of questions of the Swiss.
Genau, ja. Und sonst, wenn er kurz ist, lassen wir nicht Mitte. Man muss, ja, der andere
Schreiben den aus der Take-Out.
Ich finde einfach den recht schwierig auch nicht, weil wir einfach das Eis noch nicht kennen.
Ja.
Und wenn dann würdest du einfach nur so 11 kommen, wenn du ankommst, dass du nicht, wenn du reinrollst.
Willst du nicht 10?
Ja, einfach wenn du ankommst, weißt du, mit dem 11, dann bleibt der Wind schon noch.
Ja. Also dann spielen wir lieber Guard, finde ich. Wenn du nicht sicher bist.
Da!
Nein,
So.
du kannst den auch gerade, weißt du?
Ja, aber dann hat sie einfach gedoppelt.
Ja, aber das geht wahrscheinlich aber durch raus, nicht?
Glaube ich nicht. Ich würde auch einen Guard machen. Wenn du den rausnimmst, hat sie
Guard oder
gedoppelt.
ins Haus?
Ja, Guard würde ich nicht
Da.
wegen dem Runback. Ich
Da.
würde auch hier reinspielen, ja.
Finde ich auch gut. Machen wir
Wenn er
das.
perfekt ist, können wir ihn ja bis hier nehmen.
Nein, dann...
Würde ich nicht.
Ja, mal, dann kann sie den rausnehmen für 2.
Ja, für 1000 und für 2.
Nein, ist gut, wir spielen da. Ist gut,
Ja.
Gut!
Ist gut.
Ja, ist das.
So a lot of discussion, and it's only the first end, Logan.
Yeah, and they're probably using up a huge amount of that valuable thinking time that they have here too, but it's just a little bit of an awkward situation. It's not easy to get
Ist gut.
the
Musst auch
stones
schon noch 13,5
exactly how they would like them, and there is a couple of reds just kind of lying around that may come into play if they don't put this in the right spot. So you don't want to give up a big score here in the first. Another aggressive call. Going to try and draw one in front of that yellow stone and somewhere in around the white 8-foot circle.
Fast gleich wie jetzt, oder? Jetzt habe ich 13,2 gehabt.
Ja.
Okay, wie finden Sie es?
Gut.
I think they would have been
Wow, wow, wow.
let off with calling a takeout here to make sure that only 2 are scored by Canada, but they're really going hard for the force here, maybe even a steal. Well, they've done enough to cover the direct takeout and also the raised takeout on that red at the top of the screen. So how do Team Canada get rid of that yellow stone on the button? That's kind of what they have to do at the moment. There's not really any room to try and squeeze one down there onto the button.
Yeah, I did 3/4. I think just. Yeah. It's probably an easier shot than that.
It's quite a conundrum for them. It's quite a challenging.
I need less ice, I think. I like that. I think it might curl off the line a little. What? I think we can expect it's going to come up a hair off the line. I just gave mine a chance and it didn't do anything. Because it is on this side of the line already. Let's go, Rach.
So Rachel Homan being tested very early in this game.
Okay. How are you throwing this?
Yeah, and some really nerveless
Okay. Try and split
draw
center.
play by
Okay.
Helena Pats. It's always a little bit scary playing against someone like that. That they're not worried about leaving the opposition stones around when they don't have the last stone, but they may well still lose 2 for it.
Joe! Joe! Yes! Yes! Whoa! Whoa! So close.
Great effort.
Tiny margins there, you know.
Well, that just really needed to curl a millimetre more, and that was perfect, and they wouldn't have lost the yellow, sorry, the red at the side of the 4-foot there. Just needed to hit the second one a little bit thicker, and it would have slid right on by that red to score 2.
That's a real thinner jam on that rock. Well, because they were almost like, for it to clip that, like I didn't even think we could do that. Yeah. Well, we got to win. Yeah. Yeah.
So into the second end of our featured game, and if that
more than I threw this way.
first one was anything to go by, we're in for a right tussle between these 2 teams here, Canada and Switzerland. Canada restricted to just the 1 shot
I'm down. Looks
in that
light.
first end.
Looks light.
Some very offensive, aggressive play from both teams early on.
Yeah, it certainly was, especially from the Swiss without the last stone. showing absolute nerves of steel there. Alina Pats with their last 2 stones. They could have easily given up 3 or 4 there if she hadn't made her 2 stones. But got the reward of forcing the one and getting the last stone advantage back here in 2. I always think it's a little bit disconcerting playing against somebody who's willing to do that, is willing to take that amount of risk without the last stone. I always used to find the same sort of thing when I played against Thomas Ulsrud, that he's quite willing to just kind of throw caution to the wind and do. It didn't matter what end it was, whether they had hammer or they didn't. They just went for it the whole time, and you can never quite be sure what they're going to do next. So that's something that Rachel Homan will have to be wary of here this evening.
But in Canada, that's something that will happen to her more than it would amongst the European competitions.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I think the
stronger teams going for it. And
generally, especially in Canada, they have better ice conditions. More regularly, they get to play on that kind of quality of ice, and they can play these really aggressive shots. If you're in Scotland or Sweden, generally we're pretty good at the defensive stuff, but then when it comes down to the attacking, we don't have the ice conditions to be able to practice that sort of strategy.
And the other thing is, Canada have a stronger depth of and more talented players in their country than the rest of the countries. So they've got a bigger pool, if you like.
Yeah, almost around 2 million curlers in Canada to pick from.
Yeah, Switzerland have around 10,000 registered curlers. Another 2 of the powerhouses of curling are playing each other on sheet C. That's Scotland and Sweden, both on 3 and 1. First end, last stone from Anna Hasselberg.
Yeah, interesting. All the games out there this evening, pretty close records in the standings. I feel like any of the teams that win here in this draw will probably jump up a couple of places.
Nudging that yellow one in. It's just the one though for Sweden. 1 up after 1. Expect that one to be tight too.
So Canada lying 3 here, but none of them really in strong positions, and Switzerland will be able to start trying to make the play go towards the corner guard. So they're going to remove the one here that's blocking the draw. Well, they really needed to keep the shooter there. Rolls right out of play, and we may well see Rachel Homan just peel the guard.
This might move.
Which she
Elsewhere, we have Italy and the United States. First end. And they're off with the last stone for the American team.
That's pretty close. Oh, what a shot.
Under a bit of pressure there, but they get the 2 shots. Great start for them against Italy. 1, 2 and 2.
I was in the hack and then I went back, I guess.
Yeah, that's one of those ones out there as well, that only 1 game between them in the standings and the win-loss rankings, and USA win there, and then they don't let Italy get away from them. If Italy win, they get 2 clear of the USA, and it's a long way back to catch them in the standings.
It's all about the wins here in Beijing. As far up that running order as you can.
So with that miss from Marisa Wingelhausen hitting and rolling out, the end pretty much just being run through now.
Right, one other sheet to check up for you. On sheet D, Germany and China. China with their first win a little earlier today, much to the delight of the crowd. First end, Bingyu Wang with the final stone for China. Both teams on 1 and 3.
Yeah, Bin Yuan getting her first win of this 2017 World Championship this afternoon, stealing the last end against Korea.
Super's just watching this one closely, guiding it. And there is the roar of the crowd. So they secure the first point in the first end. Just the one. Back to our featured game. Canada and Switzerland.
Yeah, and there's the double there that should allow Switzerland to blank the second end now. Nothing really in play to work with for either team.
Clean. Yep. Clean.
So not quite as exciting as the first end, but probably quite a welcome one for both teams from the perspective of the time clocks. Both teams expended a bit of thinking time there.
And there are the two benches side by side. Miriam Ott, the coach of Team Switzerland. 3 years now, coach. A silver medal at the Olympics and world champion in 2012, so she knows what it's about. Coached this team to their world championship win in 2015. And so far, going pretty well for them. Adam Kingsbury, first year with the Rachel Homan team, and what a year it's been this season.
Take a little extra from draw for hammer with the curl.
Coached them to the provincial and national titles from Edmonton originally. He must be very pleased with the way things are going so far.
I think it's all there. Take a look. One of you. One of you. Okay, we're gonna cross the center. You still there? Nice one.
Sweet.
Thanks.
And what'd you get?
13-6.
You thought a little heavy out of your hands?
I thought,
13-6.
yeah,
Just
like
kinda dusted.
all there on my own, I thought.
Good throw. Sweet. And middle rock. 13-6.
I might as well bank some time.
I'll just hear Rachel Homan already talking about the time, just saying, well, nothing's happening here, so we might as well just save some time, and she's already making her way down to the hack to throw her next shot. Well, you know, one of the things that the teams have to combat when they come to Asia is the difference in the culture and the food and all the rest of it. And I just wonder if that's a little bit of an advantage for Alina Pats this weekend, that having been the world champions in Sapporo in Japan a couple of years ago, the last time the World Women's Curling Championship was in Asia, they know how to handle it, they know how to deal with it, and they can still perform at the highest level. So
Yeah, I was reading a couple of articles from one of the Canadian newspapers, and this team were very much, the Canadian team were very much aware that that might be a problem.
Roll it a bit.
They have brought a lot of their own food with them, and they had a chat with Kevin Cooey in 2014 when he was here for the World Men's, and he was saying just don't try anything new, keep it really in terms of what you eat. Just stay for the tried and tested stuff. And they also, for weeks before, tried to adjust to the time difference.
Yeah.
By going to bed a little earlier and sleeping a bit later, and trying to adjust to the whole jet lag thing. So they've tried really to prepare for Asia, which is looking so far as if it might be paying off. We shall see, because it is a factor.
no, absolutely, you generally account for 1 day to adjust for every hour that the time difference is to what you're used to. So definitely a good thing that they can prepare as much in advance as possible.
So last stone of this second end. Just to get things done and dusted here, move on to end number 3. Clear things away, blank the end. Things stay as they were after the first. Switzerland retain the hammer, and it's still after 2. Canada 1, Switzerland 0.
Craftier their turns, maybe. This go? Yeah, that came back. Like Rachel's like, it was like 3/4 to nose, normal. She probably has like up normal, and she's like hitting quarter. I was like, she might actually jam this, and it came up to like 3/4. So.
In the universe that is distinctively curling, the stars have now aligned to deliver the world's ultimate showdown to the world's entertainment capital. Whether you're a storied veteran of events past or a future superfan anxious to attend your first, this is the one. The 2018 World Men's in Las Vegas with our most popular package, the 9-day, 10-night hit and stay for 2 people for just $20.29. Las Vegas rocks.
Okay. Yeah, I think so. I'm like, I don't think we were that slow.
Okay, for like
you.
6 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Top 4?
Yeah.
Welcome to our live coverage from the World Women's Curling Championship 2017.
Switch!
In the Beijing Capital Gymnasium in China. I'm bringing you the action from session 8. Great crowd inside watching all that is going on. This is our featured game. It's Canada against Switzerland. The 2 teams leading the way in the standings.
Sorry, Rach.
And neither team giving too much away as yet. We're into the 3rd end.
Yeah, and I see a different approach here for Canada. I think could partially be because they're on the odd ends, or it could be a reaction to the approach of the Swiss in the 2nd end by throwing the corner guard. So they've gone for the centre guard in this occasion, and Switzerland have been forced to play into the middle. Generally, you'll expect to see the team with the last stone try and keep the middle open and play out to the wings, whereas the team without the last stone will try and clog up the middle and prevent any path into the middle for the opposition's final stone. That's the theory anyway.
Yep. Keep going. Yep. Open it up.
Squeeze past their earlier guard there. That was close.
A bit shorter than they would have liked.
Keep the glichies.
So a chance for Switzerland to draw another one in behind. Well, Super's going all the way on this one and coming up short and not in particularly a good position for Switzerland.
With that rest, let's hop over to the Germany-China game. Here's Daniela Jentsch with the last stone of the 2nd end.
Yeah, lots of stones in play here.
Oh,
just here's the top one, and what's going on here?
Oh,
Oh, that's very fortuitous.
Okay.
Goodness me. I don't think she would have quite planned that. Well, what does it actually mean? Let's take another look.
I'll just watch as it crosses the hog line here. It flicks off a wide stone that she wasn't intending to hit, and that redirects onto the two in the middle, straight up through.
None of them quite knew where it was going there.
Unlucky not to score two, really.
She wasn't far away, was she?
Another, if that just goes another few inches, that's a score of two.
But it is 1-1. Anything could have happened there, so.
Well, just on the catch up a little bit here. Here's Marisa Winkelhausen trying to draw one around once again after that missed raised by Canada. So just trying the same as their last one, but again looking short of legs. And now here comes Joanne Courtney with a run back attempt once again. Sticks it.
Good throw.
And Switzerland's still lying one.
Just don't know at what point does it wick off the back. In between. Shoot. Great spot. Open with air.
So Switzerland usually will be quite happy to have the opportunity to lie two with the last stone, but I think they're just quite concerned at the moment. Both sides of the sheet are kind of blocked off, and quite a lot of guards out there. So, and worse yet, those two reds at the top of the house lined up onto the shot stone. So they're going to try and change things up a little bit, and they're going to open up the right-hand side of the sheet and move the other two reds around as well. So
a bit of shuggling going on here.
yeah, I think this is a really good tactical awareness here by Elena Pats, sensing the danger and bailing out.
Giving this one a little bit of welly.
Hard, hard. Okay.
There seems to be a hole in the ice for yellow stones. They all seem to end up there at the moment.
Forward with some ice. Forward.
Should be good weight.
So after that previous run back by Joanne Courtney, this yellow stone's now moved out into the open, and Emma Miskew can access it with a takeout.
Just had to be conservative with that. No one could hear. Yeah. Great throw. Didn't want that to jump, and I didn't know the weight.
Well, it's a little bit of a stalemate here in the third end. Could go either way, really. It's going to be pretty much a race to see who can get stone underneath all the guards in the center line.
Just more weight and more extension.
Doesn't stick around, so I wonder if Elena Pats might try something a a little bit nifty here. They could try a split on their own yellow stone.
That is her way, isn't it, though? She very proactive player.
Meinst du, wir behalten unseren Schulter mit einem 10? Ich komme als 11 und nicht als 10. Ja, eben 11 finde ich gut. Ja. Gut. Ah, wir machen Takeout. Ja. Auf ihr raus. Ja? Ja, gelb-rot. Ja.
They're talking takeout.
Was ist ein Takeout?
Yeah, I think the query here is around what weight to throw in. I think Elena Pat's kind of called for a board weight takeout. So just important to get the communication correct here. I think the initial thought from the hack was that it was just a kind of a draw weight split, but Elena Pat's looking to try and chip the red out the side door as well, I think, here. I just wonder if that's a little bit of uncertainty that called that one. It's probably about the right weight, really, just hasn't been executed.
I'm not sure she was convinced when she threw it. She seemed a little uncertain.
They're just trying to hit what they could see there and punch it onto the red. So doesn't look like there's anything too wrong with the release there, so there's quite a lot of rotation on the stone. That can obviously make the stone run a little bit straighter. Could have been a little bit too much weight, but whatever, the shot didn't get made, unfortunately.
Tough guess, and she buries here. Okay, try this. Yeah. Half open. Top button. Top button. I gave someone this. I don't know who it was. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that, I think. And she was light over curled.
The cluster at the top of the house remains intact.
Joe, I think speed's good here. Yeah, easy early. Yeah. Still slow, I think, too. Just a little. What are you thinking? Faster here, eh? Hmm? Faster here. They just tried to throw an 11 and threw like a pack. We timed it at 11 seconds. I think she just threw it heavy. Lisa's came up light, but she had the 4. I think we throw that. Do you think just a hair less than last time? 4 feet less? Yeah, drop her hammer side, eh? Faster going this way anyways. Yeah. I think so.
So now this really is a key shot here in this third end, trying to draw one right around stones in the centre line. If we could hide one underneath, it's going to be very difficult for Switzerland to remove it.
She needs to know where she's got the ice right on this side of the sheet as well. Curling, it's going to catch it. No, it's not. This is looking quite good.
Yeah, pretty good.
Not what I thought.
Would have liked to get it a little bit further down there just to get it into a kind of stealing position.
No, I thought I threw more than that. So especially for the fast side.
Switzerland may still be able to get rid of that one. Here's another look at the sweeping. So I think that what they're just looking at the moment is whether they can hit the yellow that they were trying to hit on the last stone onto the red next to it and redirect it onto the one at the top of the forefoot. That's certainly what they're going to try. They don't have a huge amount of control over where the yellow stone's going to go is the only thing once it's connected with the two stones, but I think they'll be hoping as long as it kind of sticks around in the rings, then it forces Canada to play a takeout.
Wie findet das Eis?
Gut. Nach dir ist ja nicht voll.
Nein, fast gar nicht.
Well, needs to hit about half or a quarter of this yellow stone. And they've only really hit an inch there. So good enough to get into second shot, but doesn't remove that danger stone at the center line.
Wasn't an easy shot, that. See how much it did hit here. Yeah, it's really just a kind of tickle more than anything, isn't it? Nearly.
Yeah. It's got to be past your last one? Yes. Ideal, sorry, is where?
This is the widest.
You just don't want to give him a double.
Okay.
So by moving that red stone,
this is a wide line now.
Switzerland have opened
She
up
also
chance to
has, like,
draw
the
around on
double
the
slash,
outturn
right, so
for
she'll line it up.
So ideal
Rachel
is
Holman. So a good
top
chance to
line.
get one in an even stronger
okay.
position than they already got
You
in
can
there.
add a little bit, Rach. What do you think?
Start clock running?
Yeah, it stopped.
This has happened
Okay,
to us
so
a lot.
I think the handles
least
just
I have.
quit on Rachel Holman. Just heard it squeaking as
Yep.
she turned it.
I'm going to go talk with Emma as you have time. The handle's
Her
loose.
handle's loose.
So one of our lovely technical people will just pop in
Thanks,
and
Gwen.
fix that. Get us back underway.
For T line, she's got a double, right? For one. She can't see enough of that to stick around for two. You can see half of it, like a thick half. Yeah, but if she's slashing it into our raw,
Anybody?
I think we put it in play. And if
Any
she needs-
takers.
I'm just thinking, is there a better where to go? I think back four is pretty close. You don't like the same shot? Like right on top of it?
No, right around it.
Sure. What do you think? Yeah, if you like it. It just has to, we can't like wick off. Has to be deeper, that's all.
Do you want it? This is a wild guess for me, and I just threw that.
Sure. So it's pretty much same ice, you're gonna throw like 4 feet more.
Yeah, T-line, right?
Yeah.
And if I'm really wide in T-line, it's fine too.
Yeah,
Just
as long
give
as
me
we
a
get
little
it
bit more
past it. Okay.
Remember I timed, I went with Elena's 13.40, about 13.7.
She changed the shot.
There's no point of wild guessing. I just threw this, come around everything. Okay,
Around
T-line.
it all?
Yeah. Just give me
Okay.
more ice. I'm gonna throw
Proportional
adjustment. Throw 3 more feet.
Okay.
Think it'd be better out there? I don't think so. I think this is the speed.
And you see the stones made from the granite from the island of Ailsa Craig.
So I just threw pounded
Off
to
the
top
Scottish
eight, and I thought it
West
was tea on my
Coast.
hand, so I'm gonna
Two types of granite in there.
add another foot.
And
this
the
side.
handle
Okay. Just need to be
been changed, just tightened
second,
up.
like even if we're back 8 foot.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Even if you're half in the 8.
Okay.
It's enough.
Thank you.
Thanks.
There you go, all done.
Thanks. Just gonna let it cool off.
So I'll take its time.
Yeah.
If we can, we'll wait.
Yeah.
All seems to be sorted and
There you see
handles
the
now.
green light flashing, Logan. That means it's
I'll be out there.
all hunky-dory.
yeah,
Anything
good to
air
go.
slower, eh?
And
Line
they've,
it. Okay.
they've changed the handle in this draw. They were choosing to come around the right-hand side of the stones, which looks like the more natural way to play it. But I think we heard quite clearly that Rachel Holman didn't want to do too much guesswork throwing the other handle. She's just throwing this side, so
Off. Off.
feels more comfortable and confident.
Round.
She's been down this side before.
Not curling. Not curling. No. It's got to stop. It's got to stop. Okay, you're still all there, I think.
Whoa.
Finish a bit, Joe. Just back 4. Whoa, 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 whoa,
Whoa,
whoa, whoa, whoa. Nice shot, Rach.
Pretty good spot.
Joe, 13-2. Great spot. Good. Way easier to guess over there.
Clean it so we didn't lose it early.
That's
just said you're
a decent effort. Sometimes quite difficult when you have a little break like that, just to keep your concentration level going and produce the shot.
Ja.
Yeah, so the same shot really for Elena Pats. Just needs to
Zie nu
follow that one down.
Niet slecht. denke es, ja. Vom Gefühl her immer noch gleich, denke ich, oder?
Ja.
Quite often you have to kind of, as a skip, you need to compare your throw to your opposition's throw and know how to adjust the ice accordingly. So Rachel Holman does tend to throw a lot of rotation, so Alina Pats may just need to take a bit more ice than Rachel, and that could mean they're going out into a wider path and it reacting slightly differently. Looks like she's managed to do that really well, though.
Yeah, smile from coach Miriam Ott there on the Swiss bench. I'm sure she's throwing every stone with them after 3 ends. It's now Canada 1, Switzerland 1.
Ja gut, dann wären wir wieder in der gleichen Situation wie am Anfang. Gehen wir vorne 4 jetzt, dann machen wir schön.
Lines in mine. These little thingies.
Zeitlich müssen wir dann ein bisschen schauen, zeitlich müssen wir ein bisschen schauen beim Diskutieren einfach.
There you see the whole arena, the Beijing Capital Stadium. And the 4 sheets of ice and all the action going on. In session 8. And this is Canada against Switzerland, our featured game. Hope you're enjoying it. Austin Walker and Logan Gray bringing you live commentary on the whole of this game, and nothing to choose between these two teams at all. I haven't even seen any sign of too many weaknesses at all. No big errors yet.
No, and actually in the second and the third end, we've not really scaled the same heights as we did in the first. Just wonder if the quality of the play in the first end kind of commanded a little bit more respect from each other, and they're kind of cancelling each other out at the moment, really.
They've also closed ranks, haven't they? Stick together. Nicole Schwegley, 75%, the Swiss lead. I'm sure that will increase as this game goes on.
Well, that one just a little bit long and a little bit inside as well, so that'll allow Canada to make the takeout on that Yellowstone.
Team!
84% so far for the week, Lisa. It's good shooting.
Lots of room. Lots of room. Yeah, for weight. Both of you. Go for weight.
Yeah, a nice shot there. Doesn't really need to remove that yellow stone from the house, and gets a good stone in behind that centre guard.
Over to sheet C. Let's have a look at Scotland, Sweden. Third end now. Sweden just a shot ahead. Second end was blanked, and this is Eve Muirhead. Scotland skip.
No, Vicky!
Probably needs to roll a little bit to score.
Two yellows counting there.
Doesn't quite manage to get low enough.
Big sigh. And that's a steal of one for the Swedes after three.
Especially for the fast side.
So good start for them.
Linie warten, hè? Is weit draussen. Is sehr weit draussen. Wo ist Wechseln. Er darf nicht putschen, hè? Ja, tut's nicht. Bis dahin. Schön, sehr schön.
Anna, Misu.
So well executed shot there.
There's no hole there.
Now, you know, that is a good shot, but Lisa Weigle's looking even better just because it's so far away from the button. There's two yellow stones in there, but both of them on the edge of the 8 foot. So the scoring area is really quite big for Canada at the moment when they finally need to get another one in there.
Can be heavy. Line's good.
Weight's really close.
Yep. Yeah, line. Gotta go.
A lot of
line.
curl here.
Gotta go, line. Hard, Lise. Keep going. Hard, tap it. Great spot. Nice shot. Beauty. Really good.
Very happy with that one, as you can hear.
Yeah, a couple of good ones in a row for Canada, and Switzerland just really having to contain them. Here's another look at this tap. Not so important to move the red stone, but good to kind of leave a nice angle away from it. The red onto yellow. Not quite directly lined up into the middle of their own red stone. This one looking a little bit wider and a little bit heavier, so perhaps Switzerland having to go right around everything. It's good enough for second or third shot.
That's not awful. It's not great, though. I'd like to give it a ability.
So I released those almost the same weight.
Marisa Winkelhausen, second for the Swiss. 72%.
Yeah, we need to be there.
Are we okay to be back to that yellow?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, right out to her.
Yep, Joanne has produced some lovely shots
It's a big ad, guys.
throughout this week. And her stat is good.
Yeah, 89% is terrific stats. Looking a little bit heavy here, however. We're looking for something around the top of the button. Looks like they're going all the way to this back yellow.
Yep, move it. Yep, move it.
So with them going to the back of the tee line, Switzerland don't need to move any red stones to line shot position. They can just rest against that red one just thrown. With all that clutter in front, it would be difficult to remove it.
Nee, ik wil best snel voor je.
Achtung! Roger!
Achtung, Linie!
Ja, Linie.
This is looking quite inside the intended running line here. It's going to catch the top ones.
But
Oh, Nadine Lehman just with a couple of wayward ones in the last couple of ends.
How costly is that one going to be?
there's no question that Canada are going to have to move that yellow stone. They
was just
can't
jammed
afford to
on
leave
that.
it there.
You just hit and flop a little. Okay. I'm gonna avoid our back one, that's all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Control.
Even if it's like that, it's fine.
Okay. My control came up. It was
Yeah.
a little bit tighter though.
I think it'll still come up. I can expect it's gonna curl
Okay.
here.
Missed cue.
Yeah.
Her stats.
Hard! Hard, Liz!
Targeting that wayward yellow stone. Away it goes.
Oh, that just sneaked by the guard. The brushes were down on that one as soon as it was released.
Stephanie went on wise because I expected it to be straight.
Isn't that a look?
Oh, yes, that's a close
Just
one.
slips by. Just hit it a little bit thinner than planned, and the red thrown stone kind of spins back up out the house.
So Nadine's on 72%, and that previous shot won't help her stats. But she won't care if she makes the shot now. That's all that matters.
Wow! Sicher wechseln! Muss garlen! Erst am Schluss, Niki. Oh, ist noch nicht drauf.
This is going on a bit though. Joining that cluster of yellows
Hey.
at the back.
Yeah, not a good shot there.
See like a touch of this. What do you like?
So are they still playing the same thing?
Sorry? I could try to do that.
So while they're thinking about their next shot, let's hop over to sheet D again. Germany, China,
Out.
third end,
Clear up the
1-1.
guard. I think she angles these. Sorry, clear up the guard.
China's Bing Wang with the last stone.
Tough for us to get this 2 out.
5、6、7、8、9都行啊。
Well,
7圈。
high side.
5、6、7、8、9都行。
It's up to you, Ray.
Out。
Clear up the
I
guard.
want to
She's
pick
playing.
this through.
Well, they're all giving a helping hand, trying to get it in there. There's already one yellow there,
Oh, I was thinking like
and that makes it 2 for China. Crowd enjoying that, urging their team on, and China lead 3-1 after 3.
Even if you're this,
well,
what do they do? Like,
no, crotch them.
Okay.
Can't. I don't like if you like the peel and I go by and clip it. I just think it's jamming. Okay, you want to rip the guard?
Just a reminder of the
We're
stone
line
colours
2.
there. Canada red, line 2, Switzerland yellow, with a few on the periphery of the 8-foot.
Okay, top 4.
so I just had 13.6 on their back 8.
I think it's getting better now.
Needs to be above TM.
Ideally, yeah.
Sorry?
Above T. It's got to be past that yellow, otherwise leave it high.
Okay. Low 14, I think.
So looking for something in around the top of the button here. They can't really afford to throw a guard and leave Switzerland to play that same freeze they've been trying to throw.
It's pretty close.
Wait, it's close! Right now? About there.
Gotta be here! Gotta be here!
They must be getting to know this line quite well now. Been down this side a few
Is it
times.
light? Leave it like that! Whoa! Easy. Easy. Sit.
Well, that's not what they wanted.
I'd like to debrief that rock.
And Elena Pats has already shown that she's got the bottle to throw these draws when she doesn't have the last stone. She did it in the first end, and she'll need a good one again here. But it's a great opportunity that MMSQ has just given the Swiss side.
That red one just needed to be a bit further over. Not much.
Like that would have been perfect line, right?
Yeah, I think it's the
yeah.
weight to beat that one. As much as anything,
sure
just
we
need
haven't thrown as
probably another
but even the
6
heavy
feet
one.
of weight. It's quite a long way out from its intended destination.
Vorher habe ich euch hinten 4, 13, 7, 13 angehört.
Also, stopp. Daheim.
79% for the whole tournament, but I'm sure it's that for this game must be quite good. Let's see what happens with this one. Asking the sweepers to stay off because it's... Wow.
Yeah.
Another one too far.
Well, the yellows seem to want to go to that same back area, don't they?
In terms of weight, I'd say throw what you're throwing, because little light's not awful, right? Yep. And your last one, they swept top 4. I think that weight's probably pretty close.
Do you want the 5 because you threw it?
Whatever you think. Whatever you like better.
Well, you threw that with your draw, right? You're a little wider.
What's ideal?
Do my 3 for the draw for hammer.
You want the 3?
So your ideal is top 4 reach?
Yeah. Like the 4
Bit of
one.
changing of the stones here. 82 for the week, Rachel Holman.
Okay.
Pretty good shooting for a skip.
I think speed seems better out here. I don't know what happened to Emma's, but...
Okay. Just normal then?
Yeah, that low 14.
Light. Line's good! Okay, line's
You
really
heard
good!
Rachel Holman
Down,
saying
go,
there, as
very
soon as she
good.
let the stone go, light. Just knows her own slide so well that
Wait
she can
only.
feel it.
Well then. Yeah.
It's an instinctive
Oh,
thing,
just
isn't
here,
it, with
just
her
here. Just wanted to make sure
and a
no
lot
eye.
of the
Oh,
top level
no.
curlers.
Oh.
This is looking pretty good.
Well, maybe a little bit too eager in the end.
Tough one.
Goes probably a stone too far there. And now Alina Pats can follow that one down and freeze it, and it'll be really difficult to score more than 1 for Canada. Alina Pats needed to make an adjustment of her own here, though.
Yeah, we saw what happened with her previous stone. It drifted to the back.
Nein, sie liegt vor der T-Line, aber wir sind second dann, wenn er freeze
She
ist.
doesn't want to go too much the other way, though.
Ja, danke sehr.
Kein warten! Ein bisschen weiter raus! Achtung! Ja, zieh!
Go!
Wie schnell ist er?
Go!
Noch lang! Noch lang!
Oh, viel Platz!
Well, they can't bounce off here.
Darf er ein bisschen putschen?
This is a pretty good attempt.
Bit of a bounce.
A little bit of a bounce, but hits it close enough to the nose that it doesn't spring out into the open. I think just with that little bit of a bounce, then there could be a run back on that tight red.
Achtung! Ja, zieh!
So here's a good look at the communication between all of the players needing to get the weight and the light line absolutely spot on for this one.
Viel Platz!
Oh, seeing it from different angles.
Darf er ein bisschen putschen?
What's the reaction? Is she happy?
Even.
Nose?
Well, I don't know if we can say if she'll be happy until she sees the result of this next stone. There's a chance here to score
Off the line.
possibly 4.
So many stones in play down there. Look at that.
Even if it comes up a hair, we still get 2 or 3.
How are you throwing this?
Straight through. Okay.
Hey, Rach.
Let's go.
Canada red, Switzerland yellow.
Well, usually so accurate, Rachel Holman. You'd expect her to be able to get this one out of there.
So last stone of this
Yes! Go!
fourth end.
Go! Get off! Close! Off! Off! Yes! Go! Great.
Great
Looks
shot.
like 3. Very, very good shot from Holman.
Nice call him. 3 red.
A significant number there for Team Canada.
That's okay. There are a lot of guards.
Just catching that other red, which would have meant 4. But it is a good score of 3 for Canada. Very good score indeed. And they take a 4-1 lead now after 4.
Well, I don't know if you could stick it for 4. Like it.
In the universe that is distinctively curling, the stars have now aligned to deliver the world's ultimate showdown to the world's entertainment capital. Whether you're a storied veteran of events past or a future superfan anxious to attend your first, this is the one. The 2018 World Men's in Las Vegas with our most popular package, the 9-day, 10-night hit and stay for 2 people for just $20.29. Las Vegas rocks.
Extra. Yeah. Oh, okay, sure. Thank you. It's nice to have help. Okay, gotta be in. Yeah, a little extra weight here. 6 feet more.
So 5th end now of our featured game between Canada and Switzerland.
I don't think you can hurt it.
And Canada.
Line's great. It's carrying.
With a big strike of 3 to give them a 4-1 lead.
No, I don't think he can. 6. Easy, easy, really easy.
Going into this 5th end, and I wonder how significant that might be. What will be the Swiss response after 5 heading into the break?
I'm not sure that Alina Pats knows how to lose to a Canadian team at the World Championships. She beat Jennifer Jones 3 times on the way to winning the World Championship in 2015. No mean feat at any time to beat the Olympic champion 3 times in a row. So they've certainly got the caliber to be able to come back in this game, but at the moment, I think just in the middle order, just a couple of half shots here and there are what's costing them.
Don't need to. Can you leave it? Can you leave it? Can you leave it?
And Canada haven't left too many openings for them, really.
Yep. Well,
performing very well indeed.
you're good.
Looking very confident and relaxed. She hasn't been feeling 100%, I hear, this week. Had a bit of a sniffles, I think, Rachel. But you would never know it on the ice.
No, she won't want to give away too many signs of weakness to her opposition. Oswego just coming up a little bit short there with her second stunt. That one coming up a bit short too, so a few stones in play though.
Let's hop over to the Germany-China game on sheet D. Yellow Yencher with the last stone for Germany. Close game this. Both teams just with the 1 win thus far. Let's see what awaits her. There's one yellow, couple of yellows counting there. And she's safely in for her 1. 3-2 to China.
100. Achtung,
to 4.
She's gonna throw the 8 next.
Nein, es einfach den Doppel.
Normaal guard.
Wat een
Normaal
normale kaart, ja.
Machen wir da.
Yeah, Joanne Courtney just making the peel on the guard. So at the moment, Switzerland are just going to try and run a few down. Throw the corner again here. They fully know well that Canada are going to continue to peel the guard, so they're going to use that to their advantage. And then they'll go into the house a little bit later in the end to try and make something happen.
Okay. Yep, neem maar nog een, yep. Yep. Wees nog een. Okay.
Okay, right through.
Yeah, so come up.
Yeah, stay close.
Clean.
One of the most straightforward shots in the book to peel. And Joanne Courtney making it look easy.
She's really enjoying her first World Championship so far.
Okay, bis through. Bis da. No through.
You always enjoy things more though if you play better, don't you? If you play well.
Oh.
Well, this is supposed to be a tight guard. I don't want to put it right alongside the other yellow.
Okay.
Not a huge amount of use out there, is it?
They may have got away with that. There, a bit of a miscommunication on the sweeping. You would have thought if they were going to leave it anywhere near the other yellow, they may well choose to sweep it and take it down there to prevent any double takeout.
No. Clean. No, it needs to curl up. Clean. Yep. Nice.
It's quite an interesting throwing technique that Emma Mescu's got. She's got very textbook delivery, and then there's almost like a dip of the right shoulder and a big spin and an extension, and off it goes. Seems to work though. Here's another look at it. Really textbook delivery, and just watch the right shoulder go down there. Just gives it that extra bit of speed and rotation.
But most of the power comes from the whole body, doesn't it? And the push off and the whole body.
Whoa.
So trying to come around on the anti-clockwise handle. Finds a nice line. They've pushed that red out a little bit. It's a good stone there by Nadine Lehman.
They're a little bit exposed there.
Yeah, that yellow's still seen from the hack, but perhaps just using the advantage of having a lefty in the team. You can see a little bit more down the right-hand side of the centre line as she looks at it.
Very forward. Okay. Stay close. Yeah.
Those are the two timers there.
And Canada have just used a little bit more time than Switzerland so far.
Should be good weight.
Yep.
But I think they'll think it's been worth it, given their three-shot advantage. And of course, when you're ahead in the game, generally the decision-making is a little bit more straightforward.
Great sweep. Kind of think that's how you have to throw them there. Like if you throw them too wide, they almost don't come back. Great sweep. Good sweep and draw.
Ze staat er heel erg.
Ging de 4 nog. Even daar waar vast gelijk gaan.
So it looks like the very similar shot again here for Nadine Lehman.
Third time lucky maybe. After two quite wayward ones in the previous end. Not up to our usual standard.
Well, this one looks overthrown too. Really needs to get to the inside of this red. pushes that behind the cover. It's not really what they were looking for.
Control, or are you thinking higher than that? More than that? I guess if it hangs, not great either, eh? Well, it's pretty, like, that's tough to do. Okay, middle or up is normal,
Well,
I think.
those reds,
I like that.
and they're pretty close to the button.
Sorry,
Switzerland
down
will just need to be a little bit wary not to fall further behind before the halftime break.
Well, Stone in this fourth end here. In a busy, busy house. Not quite there, and this is what Rachel Owen did as a result.
Absolutely deadly.
Look at that. Great stuff from the Canadian skip. She was hoping for 4, but it was still 3.
Whoa, clean. Yep. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa, get off. Off. Clean. Whoa. No, no, no. Nice shot, Reagan.
Oh, just bangs it on the beak and blocks the path in.
Shoot.
It's all about the reds, isn't it, Logan? Look at that.
Yeah, they can go away quite quickly here, though. There's definitely a chance to play a triple takeout on those 3 red stones. Difficult to hold the shooter as well, but could be there.
Yeah.
Would you do it?
That's all.
Obviously.
Would you make it? Sorry.
No. No, a draw was always my shot.
Call me draus.
Oh, well, they missed that one on the wrong side there. They've completely blocked their own path in. Switzerland in real trouble here.
Okay. Play this. Bit of danger though.
Als je daar speelt, ga je hem nog lekker.
What if we go here? She probably plays that. For 2? For 2. She has to make a angle run double. I think we guard this. I don't think you play a hard shot.
It's a pretty short run.
It's whatever you like, Rach.
I know, it's just important to talk about this. I want to give up 3.
And this is like half or off.
We've seen this line.
Yeah, we've seen it. It just can't
first.
over curl.
Hard and straight right here.
Hey,
I think I like that. Half or
I
off.
guess even if you nose it, it goes.
It's gone, yeah. We give up 2. If she makes a double. It's not an
Nice.
easy pocket double.
Oh, Rachel Holman giving her opposition skip a lot of respect here by calling a takeout.
Probably won't come up as much as this one.
Could probably just throw a guard, and that would leave quite a tricky stone for Elena Patz on her last one.
Ja, wenn sie perfekt spielt, dann...
I suppose you have to assume they're going to make it, don't you? So you do what you can to prevent that beforehand.
Yeah, you absolutely do, but you also need to play on the odds a little bit and think that your opposition skip isn't going to make every shot.
Pretty good.
It's a pretty good result there. Probably still a triple takeout available though, just by nosing that red just raised up here. So maybe they can still hit that one in the center line back. So the question here is, do you raise the yellow or do you raise the red, or do you even draw around onto the button? There's not a huge amount of room for that one.
Ja, wenn man da treffen, mit Clearinglänge.
Dus mij vragen ob daar nog weggeht.
Ja. Ich hätte zum ersten Moment den gespielt. Weil ich finde, ich finde die anderen auch recht schwer.
Ja?
Oder was hättest du? Du hättest
Ja,
eher den.
Genau,
Ja.
Mit was für einer Länge dann?
Genau wie weit das
Neun.
Fäden liegt. Ja, wenn der
Oder
wenn
10.
Ga maar snel.
So that red at the back of the button is just slightly higher than the one on the right-hand side of the two. So the question is, can you make that double and catch the wide one enough to push it out the side door and count the yellow at the top of the 8-foot for shot stone? Tough one.
Is there a safer option?
We brauchen wahrscheinlich auch fast
The draw?
2, habt ihr nicht das Gefühl?
Ja, ich würde es auch probieren.
Oder was meinst du, Nadja? Ja, ich
It's difficult to know, to be honest. I mean, they could try a raise on a yellow, but if they chip the yellow out and roll the shooter as well, they're losing 4. If you just play the draw and don't make it, you could lose 2. They really need to score here, whatever they do.
Oh, da geht zu viel. Da, ja, so da.
Also komm, wir spielen das ja.
Ich bin für den.
Also, ich wäre für den. Aber wir können ja den, ist okay. Wie schnell willst du spielen?
Clearing.
Sie haben noch so wenig Zeit, vielleicht spielen sie auch komisch mit wenig Zeit. Also wir auch, nicht so.
I guess the other way you could play the triple takeout is to run the red into the crotch of the other two reds and spin it up and out. You might be able to score a couple that way. This is a tough shot. I feel that any score for Canada would be almost fatal for Switzerland.
So here she goes with her last stone, the last stone of this 5th end. What will be the outcome? Here we go. Watch the yellows.
Steal of 2.
Yeah, always the danger. She was up against it. That was an extremely difficult shot to pull off. And a very damaging end from a Swiss point of view. And Rachel Homan must be very happy indeed with the way things are going. Let's take a look at this again. Oh, she says.
That's really close to getting made. You just hit a millimetre closer to the centre and maybe they all go, who knows.
It all means that after 5, it's Canada 6, Switzerland 1, as they head into the half-time break.
I'm going back for the whole break, guys.
I'll be right back.
You know what?
Canada versus Switzerland, and it's 1-0 to Canada after a score in the first end. Here's the final stone of the 3rd, Alina Pats. Finkelhausen and Schwegli on the brushes. Needs to make the draw for 1 and hit the 4. Absolutely no problem here. Down onto the 1 foot and a tied game after 3 ends. And then here into the 4th, the game really opening up. Alina Pats just bouncing off her freeze attempt and leaving this difficult shot for Rachel Homan. Needs to drive it straight back to score 3, maybe even 4. And just sit back and enjoy this one. Right back down onto the nose. Just loses one of the reds, but still good enough to take a 4-1 advantage after 4. And then here into the 5th, possibly a fatal moment for Alina Pats and her Swiss team. Goes for the big run back to try and score 2. Just over curls by a fraction and runs it on by the 2 and the 4 foot. Even touched it. A steal of 2 and a 6-1 advantage for Canada.
Elsewhere, Scotland against Sweden. Last stone of the fifth end from Anna Hasselborg. Very tight game, this. Juggling them about, it all means that the Swedes pick up 2 for a 4-1 lead over Scotland heading into their break. Italy against the USA. 3-2 at the moment. After 4, a stone from Nina Roth. Already 1 Italian counting there. Hits and sticks, and 2 for the USA. And that gives them a 5-2 lead as well. And in the other game on sheet D, China lead Germany 4-2 after 6.
Yeah.
There's the stats after the first 5 in our featured game.
Okay, guys, let's have a.
We know the score 6-1. Not too much difference except in terms of the hits. Both teams playing pretty well. This is live coverage of the World Women's Curling Championship 2017 in the Beijing Capital Gymnasium in China. And this is our featured game in this session, session 8, Canada against Switzerland. I hope you're enjoying the action. Alison Walker and Logan Gray guiding you through what's developing into a very interesting match, but it's a hard way back now for Team Switzerland after that blow in the 4th and 5th ends. A 3 and a 2 for Canada to give them that 6-1 lead. Lisa Weagle's 70% for this game, the Canadian lead. I'm sure the half-time team talk must have been very positive in the Canadian camp. Team Switzerland with a lot of work to do. They're going to get back into this game. But the lead players performing well, 93% for this game. Nicole Schwegley. So the early stone placement has been impressive. Just some key shots missed by the skip late on. Giving the guard.
Yeah, really close to getting the second one as well there. Just as a
still amazes me about curling sometimes, Logan, that how things can change so quickly in an end. And the stats were very similar for both teams, but a 6-1 lead for Canada.
Yeah, just a couple of key misses along the way from the Swiss. Alina Pat's leaving herself a lot to do there in the 5th end and very close to making it, but at the end of the day, a 0. A couple of misses coming from the 3rd position for Switzerland as well. Have been pretty costly. I think overall Canada worth their 6-1 advantage. They've been really good this evening.
It's a psychological blow for something like that as well, isn't it? Going down, losing 5 in a couple of ends. But it was before the break, so maybe a time to regroup, chat to the coach.
Yeah, I think
fight their way back.
Switzerland will be under no illusions, though, that it is going to be a long way back, and especially when you're playing against the likes of Joanne Courtney and Emma Mescu, who are so good at throwing the takeouts. They really aren't going to give them anything to work with. That one just drifts into the house.
This way.
This way.
Yep, yes.
95% for Emma. She hasn't really done anything wrong in this game at all. It's been very impressive from her.
Great throws, Joe. It just doesn't curl there.
I think she did want to roll the shooter there, though. Just a very small mistake, but of course the more stones in play, the more potential there is for Switzerland to get something going and get stones in some nuisance positions that are hard to remove for Canada.
73% for Nadine.
And that's really where the difference has been in the first half. Emma Mescu over 20% above Nadine Lehmann. It's a pretty good one here, though. It's going to be a difficult one to remove for Canada.
Alina Petz just needs all her players to up their game. They're going to get back into this and have a chance. But they are facing a Canadian team that's performing extremely well.
Just peel the guard. Okay. Even if I get it thin and try to disrupt something.
Well, that yellow stone at the top of the 8-foot, just in 4th shot position. So Canada taking the opportunity to just peel off the corner guard, knowing that Switzerland have a lot of work to do in the house to bring that other yellow into play.
Better. At least it goes now.
Ja, sie können auch seine Beine rein. Muss ein bisschen reinlegen, dann ist gut. Hinten 4.
Hinten 4 ist etwa 13.
Ich würde, ja, hier.
So you'll see a lot of guards and draws from Switzerland as they desperately try and get stones in play. Canada, on the other hand, will be throwing some big takeouts.
You can afford to do that when you've got that kind of lead, can't you? Don't have to overcomplicate things at all. So entirely different strategies from both teams now.
Yeah, it's a shame really, because when it was a tied game we saw some really interesting ends up until the 4th anyway. But when it's one-sided, that can be quite difficult to see a lot of stones build up in the house.
And you're also relying on your opposition to make mistakes now and open the door even just a little bit. We will see that.
Where are you hitting?
will happen.
Just the inside of nose. Yeah. Sorry, how much weight? Heel. Okay.
How are you throwing it?
Straight through, like this is minimum ice. Okay. Lean. Close.
90% for Rachel Holman.
Hard, Joe!
She has been outstanding.
Hard. Roll. Great shot. Sorry.
And there's another one.
Nice shot, buddy. Sweet. Thanks. Nice one. Nice call.
Elena Pats might have to take the opportunity to remove both of these reds here. Here's another look. Checks inside and does look like there might be a takeout available on the two reds.
So I was like, I've never seen
Ja. Hier geht es ein bisschen mehr.
Wir müssen nicht endlich ein bisschen weiter rollen.
Ich weiss, aber dann macht es auch hinter der Doppel nicht. Längt das nicht, dass es nur weit weg geht? So weit wie es geht, schon.
Ja.
Zu schnell. Das 9. Shooter rausnehmen, wenn es geht.
Ja. So weit raus, wie es geht. So. Spät.
So it looks like they're going to hit the yellow onto the two reds here.
Still 85% for this game. Alina.
Well, that's a great shot. Look at the separation on the two Yellowstones as well.
One red still nibbling on the outskirts.
Yeah, no double takeout available here for Rachel Holman, so looks like Switzerland may well get two back here.
How much weight? Heel. Okay. I don't know if she knows Kit. Yep. Hard. Really hard. Hard. Good sweep, guys. Okay, whoa.
Well, not good enough to lie in shot position, so
Just a hair
you'd
more
think
careful
it'll
than
just
I'd
be
like
a
to be.
draw
Sorry.
to the 8 foot for two.
Letztes Mal, dass ich ein paar Mal geleitet. Kannst du mir gezogen. 14,5 sollte gut sein. Ja.
Ich habe vorhin das Gefühl gehabt, wenn du normal drüber gehst, im End später ist es nicht mehr so fein.
Ja, das kann ich schon vorstellen.
Ich würde 14.
Vor allem, wir haben noch Pause gehabt, ich weiss. So 14,
Ich würde nicht mehr.
Ja.
Ende so 14.
Vielleicht
Aber
jetzt wieder
Betsy
probieren.
macht so.
Okay.
Gut. Ja. Ganze Macht.
So last throw of the
Ist
sixth.
gut. Wir sind auch gut.
Switzerland trying to claw themselves back into this game.
Jetzt geht der Start.
And they're happy with this.
Ja. Fest. Wir sind auch gut. Kommen. Go.
Super's just guiding it in. And there you go. Two yellows. Two Swiss yellows. They close the gap slightly. Picking up a couple of points.
Ja.
There we go. After six, Canada 6,
Sag ich's dann.
Switzerland 3.
That's fine. Score here. I threw it exactly how I wanted to. And then she made a crazy shot.
Yeah, the only thing, like, we would have had to play it tighter and roll farther, but that's sketchy.
Yeah,
Make sure we score here.
blank would be great.
Are we ticking? They're going to go double center. If we don't.
In the universe that is distinctively curling, the stars have now aligned to deliver the world's ultimate showdown. to the world's entertainment capital. Whether you're a storied veteran of events past or a future superfan anxious to attend your first, this is the one. The 2018 World Men's in Las Vegas with our most popular package, the 9-day, 10-night hit and stay for 2 people for just $20.29. Las Vegas rocks.
Nur ein Eis. Ist es sicher 2?
Sonst ist es 3.
Okay.
7th end now of this featured game between Canada and Switzerland. Session 8 of the round robin. And Canada with their tails in front, as you can see. That 3 and that 2 in the 4th and 5th. Giving them a comprehensive lead.
Yeah, here's one of those tick shots I was talking about earlier in the game, or some people call it the Weagle. She's so good at it. I've not cursed her on this occasion either.
Can't remove the stones, remember. You can just wiggle them.
Yeah, so it'll be the same again. So on this occasion it's being used as a kind of a defensive weapon, just pushing the guards to the side so that keeps the center open. But Rachel Holman and her team, one of the only teams out there who can use it as an offensive weapon as well to try and score 2 when they've got the last stone. No need to do that on this occasion, of course, with a 3-shot lead already and the last stone. But could well be the future. You may well see more and more teams start to do it. Let's see if she can make 2 out of 2.
Okay, that's fine. Sorry, just couldn't clean it.
So it's not as easy as she makes it out to be most of the time.
Ja, Ende 13. Positiv.
Linie gut.
Wow.
Warte noch, am Platz. Wechseln. Ziehen. Können nehmen, wenn ihr müsst. Können nehmen, wenn ihr müsst. Ja, richtig, ja.
Richtig, super.
Fest. Fest, Niki, nog een. Kom hard, dat is super. Nog een.
So a little bit of a lifeline there from
Goed. 13-9.
Lisa Weagle missing that tick shot.
9.
At least leaves a couple of stones on the center line for Switzerland to use.
This will come up a hair.
Yeah, it'll curl you.
Don't want to. We might just want it to curl a bit. Okay.
Do you want to make sure she gets rid of it this time?
You were close to
Over
same line,
to
and the rock was almost a
sheet
full
C
rock
for
over.
Scotland against Sweden. 6 end now, 4-1 up. Sweden, Muirhead, final stone. Going to pick up a couple of shots here.
Linie, zet dat laag.
Eens goed, hard.
Is daar. Wechseln. Tempo. Zet nog langer uit, hè.
Super's working hard, guiding this one in. It's past the guard. And it's going to just tap that other yellow for 2.
Hard.
So now Scotland 3, Sweden 4 after 6.
Go switch.
Careful.
Go switch. I was, yeah.
The guard goes up once again for Switzerland. So we're going to see a few of them in this end as it just gets run through.
Yep, yes. Really hard. Whoa, whoa. Go right over. Sorry. Maybe we could let it curl up, but.
There's not really too much else that Switzerland can do here than just keep putting these guards up, and it may seem that Canada are playing a little bit unfair at the moment and they're just peeling everything, but they've earned that right with some super play in the first half.
Heel lang is net zo slag. Richting is goed.
Still have to keep the concentration levels going, even though the shots may appear obvious. Let's pop over to sheet A now. Italy against the United States. 5-3 to the Americans, 7th end. They're off last stone
Positive.
for USA.
Also could do that.
Going to extend that lead.
It's going sideways. You can just peel if you
Looks like
want.
at least a couple of reds in there.
Yeah.
Real nest of stones.
Whoa.
Oh, it's a chance for 2 and just comes up a bit shy. That would have almost killed the game there if they'd make that one.
So just one, 6-3 lead now after 7.
Clean. Off, off. Clean. Clean. Yep, for the roll. Yep, gotta go. Beauty. Nice sweep. Thanks for staying with it.
And there's the latest on all the sheets for you. Whichever country you're following, check out the very latest there.
Is recht groot.
Well, there is a red in the house, but Switzerland are fully ignoring it. They know they need to get one in behind the centre guard.
Yep, Nikki.
And again, Nadine Lehmann just doesn't quite seem to have her bearings here in Beijing. Slips a little bit too deep.
Pardon? I think we peel now.
Switzerland are good enough to lie shot there, though.
Clean. I think we gotta go in there. Yep. Whoa, gotta go.
Well, they tried to get a little bit crafty with that one and slide in off the wide stone, but
Could've got off it.
doesn't make contact.
Ja.
Centerline.
Goed.
Zo recht fine sporen staan.
Ja, zo normaal. Zo tussen zijn en hou. Voor de loop van match is dus een finish voor. Ja.
Well, it's just a guard required again here for Switzerland, and the indication from the sweepers is this one might be a little bit heavy.
Do you want to make this and try and can we stick?
I think I like that.
Sure, that's really flat though. I guess it's there, like, well, that's what it is, right? Okay, pretty much that. Half? I think so. Hey, heel. Yeah. It comes up and clip the back.
So it's same shot again here for Canada as well. They're going to try and slide in off the wide stone, and that would bring a potential score of 3 into the equation if they could ever do that.
Stick it in the side, and if it comes up, we get
Always
the
so
back.
important to try and make the most of every single shot that's played. It's really easy just to make the single peel here and give yourself a chance to score 1 or 2, but why not try and do something a little bit crafty and get another one in there as well?
Yeah. Oh. Did I just reach? Got it.
You know, and the more you make these more difficult shots, the more confidence it gives you for next games as well. And it's a kind of odds game, as you said earlier.
Whoa! Whoa! Close. Whoa. Watch the roll, Joe.
It's pretty close. Oh, just hits it a little bit too thick. Great effort, though. Just needed a couple of licks from the brushes there, and that may well have got made, that one. So this time, Switzerland will play the takeout on that red stone.
Sani, ein bisschen überwicken.
Ja. Of een beetje zo miso.
Genau, ja, dass nachher halb vor dem anderen liegt.
She rolls in front, obviously, we have to play the double.
The straighter side is more consistent.
The out turn or the in turn? I think the out turn's still coming up.
I'm just wondering if you think it's more consistent.
Richtig ist gut.
Warte, warte. Sag schnell. Achtung, putzen. Ja. 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 Fisch. 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 Got it.
I think ideally they would have liked to make, or at least tempt Rachel Holman to throw a draw here, but by rolling onto the button really forces her to play a takeout.
Thinking normal.
Okay.
You threw a normal here.
Tracked a bit, eh?
I didn't. I just stayed there, right?
Okay. This has a tendency to track, but if it does, it's the double. Yeah.
Taking 0 ice for this one.
Straight through, because can't overthrow.
Must be throwing a bit of weight here.
Hair more.
Yeah.
Thanks. Normal. Okay. Keep it clean.
So 7th end.
Normal. Yeah.
Last stone.
It's really hard. Right to
Rachel
it.
Holman,
Hard.
what number can they manage here?
Keep it there, Joe. Keep it there. No roll.
Oh my goodness. Has it rolled just a bit too far? I think it may have.
No, still have 1, and that's just maybe just enough to keep Switzerland interested.
So, not quite over yet by any means. After 7, Canada 6, Switzerland 4.
Then we're in good shape.
Ja, schon. Es ist nicht einfach Softpeeling zu spielen. Also, eben wenn ein bisschen...
Lisa Wiegel. Die bringt ihn raus. Wenn es um Softpeel geht. Ja, ja, ich weiß.
You're watching coverage of Canada against Switzerland at the World Women's Curling Championship 2017 in the Beijing Capital Gymnasium. The score is Canada 6, Switzerland 4. This is now the 8th end. And you're listening to commentary from Alison Walker and Logan Gray. Keeping you updated on all the action and all the other sheets as well. Coming to the crucial stage of the round robin.
Top 8 only. No, not 6, switch.
Two impressive teams throughout the week, Canada and Switzerland. Unbeaten thus far. Canada very much looking in control in this game, as they have been really from the 5th end onwards.
Yep.
Interesting to see Canada throwing one into the centre of the sheet here with a 2-shot lead. I thought they'd want to get 2 engaged here, and that just gives something for the Swiss to freeze on. Something just slips on by. But not really good enough. They needed to make the freeze there, and certainly not leave a takeout for Oswego.
And the person of leads there, and Nicole Schwegli quite far ahead of her opposite number. So lead hasn't made too many errors.
So that's a little bit of a wasted stone there by the Swiss. They need to make every single one count at the moment. Trailing by 2 now, with just 3 ends to come in regulation time. Really need to make this freeze. Again, they just don't quite get the line right. So Canada are going to start opening things up again now that the free guard zone rule has passed.
What are the seconds? Nicholhausen and Courtney. Well, Joanne Courtney really has had a superb game.
Sweet, I just caught it,
The
sorry.
stats show that.
Just caught it.
Certainly not overwhelmed by her first World Championship.
So you're going to see a pretty similar end here to the 7th. Switzerland are just going to keep throwing guards, and Canada are going to keep peeling them off. It's a key end this. I mean, if Canada score 1, they've then got a 3-shot lead with 2 ends to go, and if Switzerland can get a steal, then it's only a 1-shot game with 2 ends to come. So all of a sudden it gets a little bit more interesting.
gar nicht mehr. Oh, jetzt hat er noch irgendwie. Okay, gut.
Third players, Lehman and Miscue. Miscue way ahead. Lehman had a couple of wobblies, a couple of ends.
Yeah, and her stats starting to come up now because she's throwing a lot of guards, but for much of the game she was in and around the 70% mark and being absolutely slaughtered by Emma Miscue. Just hasn't missed in this game.
A very solid unit, Canada. Very assured performance thus far. But things can still happen, folks.
Er is naar recht wie tussen. Wechselen sicher.
Canada had quite a tussle with the USA.
Oh, neemt veel niet.
It seemed that the USA had the game in the bag, but that all changed.
Hey.
Clean. Yep. Clean. Yep. Clean. Good. Nice sweep. Sweep, please. Thanks.
So now Lena Pat's going to have to try and mix things up a little bit. I thought they might try and do this with their last one just to give them an extra one to
Ganz dicht, nur so vorne 4 bis T-line.
manufacture something in a more threatening position. But they're going to just try and tap their own Yellowstone and create a little nest between the yellow and the red. Leave the shooter in between on the centre line.
Nur gleich gleiche Höhe tappen. Also Maximum T-line.
Die Line ist etwa 14,5, sagen wir. Dann kannst du etwa 14,7 kommen.
Danke, ja.
14,5. Tipptopp.
Kein warten!
Warten!
She's had a good game, Elena Pats. Made a lot of shots. Just not necessarily had all the support from her teammates along the way. Just needs to bump this 6 inches. It's not quite far enough, so needed another couple of feet of running that one.
Total percentages there of the two skips, 89 for Holman.
Too thin, it's going to jam.
82
Okay, I need to hit a good
Betts.
chunk of it. Feet'll come up a hair. Yeah, you're right.
So this should be a pretty straightforward take out here for Rachel Holman. We've seen her play much more difficult ones than this today.
No, it still goes. It should go.
Okay.
How are you throwing this? Need some weight here. Should come up. Yeah. Okay. Splitting center is pretty perfect. Okay.
So just on the nose or anything just to the side should spring both of these yellows from play.
Yep. Whoa! Yes! Gotta go!
Is it going out?
Does enough.
Pretty good. They're dead nose. Yeah, nice shot. Nice shot. Good spot for the roll too. Sweep. Really finished up. Did it over. Yeah. Crossing the line, it was hard. It wasn't light.
Well, here's another look at that bullet right up the center line. Probably hit it just a fraction inside where they intended to. As a result, that Yellowstone hanging around on the wing, and that's the only thing that might help Switzerland here. They've got a chance to make the double. It's going to be difficult to stick it around, though. I saw Alina make a similar double take out to set up the score of 2 in the 6th end on this same line. This doesn't look promising though.
It's almost a bit half-hearted, wasn't it? Switzerland up against it, running out of ends.
Pick the good stuff.
Yeah, okay.
You threw it. Do you want less? That should be all there, right?
Well, we swept it the whole way to top button, right?
I wouldn't mind that inside line, because then we
Here?
got backing. I think if it stays out there, it might skate.
Okay.
It's the same that I threw before.
Well, this should be pretty straightforward. Just needs to find the 8 foot, and this could well be the last shot of the game, really.
Can't hurt it, I guess. Okay, you're good, I think. You're good.
Clean it. You're on this one. Okay.
Yeah. Good shot.
No mistakes there.
Good to talk about the path.
A score of 2, and that's going to open this game up to a 4-shot lead once again.
That fast.
And yours was a 14.
Yep, a 4-shot lead
we swept
with
the whole way to top
just a
button,
couple of
right?
ends
But I
to
had
go.
the inside path and she didn't.
I know, I didn't.
After 8, Canada 8, Switzerland 4.
Best idé.
Universe that is distinctively curling. The stars have now aligned to deliver the world's ultimate showdown to the world's entertainment capital. Whether you're a storied veteran of events past or a future superfan anxious to attend your first, this is the one. The 2018 World Men's in Las Vegas with our most popular package, the 9-day, 10-night hit and stay for 2 people for just $20.29. Las Vegas rocks.
Okay, that little extra, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, T-line?
Yep, yep.
So 8-4 Canada over Switzerland in this round-robin game. And if you're watching and listening in Canada, your team has played very well indeed.
Make it good, Joe. Pressed up. Heads down.
And all set to record their next victory.
Gotta go. Keep it moving as far as you can.
Here's the numbers, and really it was ends 4 and 5 from a Swiss point of view that just about finished them off. Got a couple back. Let's see what happens in this end. Let's see if they can build something.
Richtig ist gut.
Godlet, Joe. Godlet, Joe.
Richtig ist gut. Seid länger aus.
Difficult to see how Switzerland can come back here against this Canadian side on the form that they're on.
Schön so. Gut.
I'll take it. I'm not hitting it, right? No, through. Back up.
Rachel Holman and her team have been pretty imperious throughout the team.
Are we ticking?
Board, okay.
Looks like they're going for a tick shot on the corner guard here, potentially. I don't think this one's really anywhere near but otherwise they'd just be throwing it away.
Could have saved a couple seconds there. I knew what you wanted.
Saved a bit of time. That was just about what was achieved with that shot. Switzerland chasing the game.
Linie is sehr gut. Ja, nehmen wir uns so weit es geht. Bis da sicher. Ja. Fest noch. Okay. Okay. Gut so.
Double corner guard goes up, and really for Switzerland to have any chance in this game, they're going to have to score at least 3. Joanne Courtney continues to make these pulls look easy.
Linie gut. Okay, lauf naar achteruit, die man. Bis da. Wechseln. Linie ist sehr gut. Ja. Bis da. Schauen. Oh, gut. Sehr schön.
Well, there are still going to be some positives to take out of this game for Switzerland, even if they can't turn this one around. Clearly, Nicole Schwegli and Elena Pat's on good form. If the middle order could just come up to their level, then it certainly would have been a very interesting game, but Canada just stringing too many shots together at the moment for Switzerland. Really not missing anything.
I don't think Switzerland, Logan, have been in this position too much this week, where they're chasing the game.
So weit es geht. Bis da. Schauen. Bitte.
Requires a different approach. So let's check on elsewhere, see what's going on. One sheet C, Scotland, Switzerland, 8th end there now. 4-3, another tight game to the Swedes. And Hasselborg with the final stone.
Nee. Wow. Nee. Kom hier. Ja.
Sneaking through and around. Oh, the red stones. Tapping that red one away for 2. So they extend their lead there. 6-3 to Sweden now over Scotland.
Oh, back in our featured game, there's a really interesting miss there. Emma Miskew missing the corner guard, just ticking off it and moving the one in the button as well. So maybe half a lifeline for Switzerland here. Chance to get multiple score as required.
8-4 down. 9th end though. Something pretty dramatic to happen.
Yep.
Me too. Yep. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Do you like just here? Sure. Can you see it or no? Quarter, like a third. It's a bit lower. Okay, I can see like just right.
Okay. Got it up.
Good shot there, gets him behind the corner. Maybe just a bit of a lapse of concentration with that last one for Emma Miskew.
Yep.
Still enough stones for
Clean, sorry.
Switzerland to
Moved around.
sink
I
a
lost
couple
my bits.
underneath that other corner guard. So they'll start to go around there now.
On sheet A, it's Italy against the United States. The States 6-3 up the 8th end. Italy running out of ends here as well. Could do with a decent score here to close that gap.
Arriba. Arriba, tranquilla.
Hey, sicher wachsen, ist weit offen.
Facing a few yellows in there.
Fight!
Heading in, and she makes one. Diana Gaspari. So it's 6-4. Phew, she says.
Well, especially because she was heavy and wide there and flicked off the wide one. Very cheeky indeed, but Italy still with a lot of work to do there.
She'll take it though for sure. Over to the Germany-China game. That is a really close one. Watched by the Chinese crowd here inside the arena. And Stone, the German team. Nudges that one in, and that's enough for the red to count there for Germany. A one-shot lead after 8, 6-5. Back to our feature game. And the 9th end here. Switzerland need a decent score here to close that gap and have any chance at all in the 10th.
Ja, das Problem ist, wenn du da jetzt nimmst,
Die Masse gab auch ein weniger ist.
Ja, im besten Fall nicht.
Mal, du... Was schön
Er muss
gezeigt
einfach sicher,
hat.
er muss einfach sicher ja, 8 Fuß sein, er muss
Ja.
versteckt sein.
Ja.
8 Fuß.
Ja.
Well, Switzerland needed to do a better job of hiding
Ja.
that draw around the corner guard with
Sie wird
Nadine Lehman's second one. It's difficult to see how they can score 3 here.
Eigentlich wäre es gut,
Might
wenn
need
er
to be
hier... da,
on
der
the
ist
red
da
if they want to score 3.
Ja, aber weißt du, wenn du versteckt wirst,
Den auch dort kann machen, dann hast
da
du
hier
Scheiße.
nehmen wir keinen Doppel.
Dann musst du ihn vielleicht
Wenn es
ändern.
da rollt.
Ja.
Nicht ganz
Oder?
versteckt.
Das ist, wenn wir Freeze spielen.
Die andere Seite. Das
Ja.
ist die
Was
I
ist
think that's what they're thinking now.
Timeout. Timeout.
Freeze,
Ja.
dann ja nicht so schlecht.
I think that may have been a timeout
muss
called.
er
It was.
einfach, aber
Er muss sicher
Überlegen Sie den Weg.
er sollte gerade sein,
Gerade
eigentlich.
Nase.
Wenn er ein bisschen innen ist, kann sie vielleicht beide nehmen.
Ja,
Wir hinten
wir
dran.
müssen etwas probieren, sowieso.
Ich weiss, ja.
Darum würde
nein.
ich auf jeden Fall Freeze. Also Freeze finde ich eigentlich nicht so schlecht. Ja,
Also ist Fries.
ja. Ich finde Freeze ist die beste Lösung.
Warum immer da nicht? Weil sie sonst den Doppel hat.
Nein, weil es nicht gerne.
Then comes Miriam Ott,
Aber nein, ist immer besser als
coach
der.
for the last 3 years, world champion in 2012.
Nicht versteckt sein und
I'm sure
natürlich
she's
so
seen
nicht weit,
most of
aber
these scenarios.
Es wäre dann die andere Option. Freezen.
Und wenn man ihn hier wirklich
Yeah, and
hier
actually,
in
Lena
Fuß-
Patz was the alternate when Miriam Ott won in 2012.
Ja.
A lot of experience.
Du musst nicht
entweder da hinspielen, da direkt, hinten Roll oder Freeze. Ja, wir müssen einfach sicher da liegen, weil sonst, wenn wir zu weit da liegen, macht sie den hinten Roll da raus und habe ich keinen Doppel mehr unter Umständen.
Aber wenn er hier liegt,
Ja,
Er muss,
längs,
sicher,
der längs.
er muss sicher ganz 8 Fuß sein. Er muss einfach gleiche Höhe sein, oder?
vielleicht
Ja.
nicht ganz verstecken, ein bisschen offen. Ja.
ja,
Nein, wenn
dann knallt sie einen drauf.
sie knallt entweder einen drauf.
Ja.
Wenn er nicht
ja.
ganz perfekt kommt. Ist das auch wieder schwieriger, hast du nicht das Gefühl?
Aber da ist einfach die Chance für 3. Also weißt du, wenn ein Feldstein kommt, die Chance für sie hat einen schwierigeren Stein, wenn wir ihn da hinlegen, als einfach die Nase. Sag es einfach. Ja.
Aber wir müssen, also... Da bin ich für einen Freeze, wenn das eine Chance für 3 soll sein. Gell, dann macht sie nicht zu.
Ja, dann ist es umso besser. Also weißt du, wenn wir irgendwie...
Ja, dann nimmt
Finde ich
sie
den Freeze
den-
blöd?
Nein?
Dann nimmt sie
Miri?
den nachher weg hier in die Nase.
Fertig, Miri. Ist fertig.
Okay, dann machen wir Freeze. Ist auch gut, Nase.
Ja?
Ja, wenn das
Also,
Chance
für
für 3
unsere Zeit
soll sein.
läuft, jetzt müssen wir...
Ja.
Also, Freeze hier.
Du musst aber auch von dieser Seite
Wenn
spielen.
sie abgeschaut, nehmen wir auch zwei nachher. Wir spielen von dieser Seite, da wo du gespielt hast. Papier.
Well, my Swiss German isn't great, Alison, but
I keep hearing freeze.
yeah, I think freeze is their only option here. Really, it's the only way they can realistically score 3. There's plenty of options here for them to score a safe 2, but 2 isn't enough at this stage. They're trailing by 4, 2 ends to go, running out of time, and they can't expect to go up the last and try and steal 2 or 3. It's just not going to happen against this Canadian team. So if they can make the freeze just on the kind of left-hand side of that red stone, and then Canada have some sort of a slight miss and end up over curling onto the yellow and push on to the red, then they may have a draw for 3 with their last one.
But this needs to be absolutely spot on, doesn't it?
Certainly does. The key to it is just to kind of get slightly across the nose here, so it's a little bit in front of their own yellow. Looks like it's pretty close. Has it got the legs to get there? Well, overswept it.
Too much of a nudge there.
And the problem by not getting across the face of that red stone is that the other yellow is wide open and an easy takeout for Canada.
One game has finished though. The final score between Italy and United States. Italy 4, United States 9. Good win for the USA there, picking up 3 in the 9th. Give that margin of victory.
You think it's going to run here? You think it'll run straight?
Yeah, I think so. I still like the ice, just in case.
Yeah.
And you just can't see Rachel Homan missing. Not at this stage in the game.
I think she's always going to err on the safe side in this one and hit the wide one.
Little rollies. It's pretty good.
Well, rolls under. Should still be a shot for 2 there.
Sorry. I thought just a hair too tight, so I had to make sure we got one.
So there's always going to be a chance to score 2 here, but the real key shot in this end was Nadine Lehmann's second draw. If she managed to sink one in behind the corner guard, then that would have given the opportunity to get another one in. But she wasn't able to do that, and the opportunity was lost, and it was only ever going to be a score of 2 after that point.
So last stone of the 9th from Alina Petz. And Team Switzerland. And away the 2 reds go. They do get that 2. To close the gap still further, but really with one end remaining. Canada still favourites, still very much in the driving seat after 9. Canada 8, Switzerland 6.
Like good 11? Yeah. Okay. We need good 11. So with that 4,
Especially if anything, it's a little slow going up. It's super slow and frost. Okay. You can see it.
I think we can curve it. Yeah. Not that you're going to need to draw.
Like down normal we carved in. Remember that?
Draw that we tapped. That was like wall crossing center.
Yeah, I won't be in that
It was
path.
a 13-6.
It'll be more like a 14 out in the good stuff. I think. Let's go,
Yeah, I think
my best
you know
guess.
it. Okay. Yeah, 8 good shots here. The intern.
Pendeln, das ist eine komische Seite noch wieder sagen. Seit heute.
Dann können wir vielleicht noch mal schauen für etwas anderes. Sie hat eben nur das gefunden. Können wir vielleicht einfach ein bisschen Ding drauf tun?
You're watching live coverage from the World Women's Curling Championship 2017 in the Beijing Capital Gymnasium,
Das ist Ace.
built in 1968, refurbished in 2001 and then again in 2008 for the Olympic Games, where it hosted volleyball and of course the World Men's Curling Championship in 2014 as well.
Für wirklich Ace. Kann ich noch nicht
Linie
sagen.
gut, der sieht länger aus bis da.
This is session 9 and this is
No, drüber.
our feature game, Canada and Switzerland. Canada in control really from the 5th end onwards, and Switzerland have been chasing ever since. They have closed the gap though to 8-6. Is there a chance in this end? Could make a steal of 2 and take it to an extra end. We shall see.
Yep. Hard, hard.
You got it, Em.
That's a good possibility. There does need to be a couple of misses probably here from Lisa Weigel. And that one hasn't missed. The key in those shots is the weight that Lisa Weigel throws. It's just a really consistent kind of backline weight, just to push it over to the side, and it just never looks like the stones are ever any in danger and flying out of play.
Is that something she'll practice on her own and just on a sheet of ice, and like, you know, just practicing, you know, a free kick in football or practice on the golf range?
It's difficult to probably practice on your own. You can certainly practice throwing the line and the weight, but actually it's quite a technical shot to play, so it's much better practiced with the sweepers and the full team. So I'm sure it's something they'll practice as a team, but you know, it's over the last 10 to 15 years, it's a shot that's almost expected that the leads practice and make, whereas prior to that, it was once in a blue moon that shot was made. But the world's really learned how to play that shot and do it effectively, and of course the practice element makes all the difference.
Line's perfect. Whoa.
So it's like another good one here. Oh, almost an exact replica of the first one. Great play by Lisa Weigel.
Appreciated by the Canadian fans in the crowd.
Great sweep.
And another game has finished.
Thank you.
And it is a victory for Sweden. Tussle 7-3.
Linie 4 ist nicht so schlecht.
Oh, dat curlet niet.
Okay.
That draw not really in a threatening position.
It's not worth the double. Looks like half are off. You wanna go look? I don't want to do this.
Yeah. I agree.
We could go really thin and clip that. We also could then tick it to center doing that. But we're gonna err on the side of hitting.
I'll try to let go hitting a quarter and then see if they can hold it.
Yep.
They're on the thicker side. Right through.
So it looks like an easy half stone take out, but Rachel Holman just a little bit wary of deflecting the red stone closer to the center line, back towards the center, and putting it in a more threatening position. Just trying it the other way around. Oh, nicely done. Even pushes one onto the button as well.
Over to sheet D, Germany-China game, the only other game left. 6-5 to Germany. Bing Wang. Final stone here, really, really important one for her and Team China. Just the one win so far, both these teams. It's looking a little bit heavy, and it looks like it might be a German stone counting there. It is. So it's Germany get a steal of 1. 7-5 after 9. China with it all to do in the 10th end. Quite gone according to plan for Bingu and her team.
What happened there, I wonder, because I don't know if that picked up at the end, but there should be no excuses for letting that curl across the face of that backing.
Just hasn't happened for the Chinese this week at all.
I think overall the Chinese still looking pretty good technically, but they've just don't seem to have developed their strategies since their successes in 2009 and 2010. So just a guard here.
Clean. 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 Line's good, guys. Line's good. You're good.
Feels like we've been watching Peels for an hour and a half.
Like
oh wait, we have.
I don't know if you guys heard me or not, that's all.
Yeah, no wonder they're smiling. Executed the game plan very well.
Scarlett, ja recht fest, oder?
Reimen, ja.
Nur mal bis hinten 8.
Ja.
Now this is desperation stuff now. Switzerland trying to draw around the stone on the button and hide one in the back line. Use the full length of the playing area.
Niet slecht. Attenten nog genoeg.
Achtung, da blijven.
Inderdaad, tegen het touw. Snel. Ze nou wachten. Hij kloeien. Hij schouw ingeros. Hij ging eros.
Het Scarlett, de hoeren.
Ja.
Well, looks pretty close here.
Goed zo. Sehr schön.
Super draw.
Goed.
Coming into her own now, and it's a little bit perhaps too late.
Do we need to roll out? Well, it's up to you.
Well, there's a chance here for Switzerland if they can make Canada phase 3 with her last stone, then they'll be looking for a hit and roll out from Rachel Homan to extend this game. It's really the only option they've got. Just trying to work something like that. They may well have to draw around the shot on the button once again.
Yep. Coming back. Gotta go. That's good.
Ja, ich weiß, ja.
Aber wenn sie jetzt nicht beide gleichzeitig hernehmen, wenn ich genau auf Reis komme.
Aber du musst einfach da.
Ja.
Gut.
They've kept going, Team Switzerland, kept fighting.
Gut. Ja.
What an uphill task it has been for them this last few ends.
Hinten. Normaal hinten. Normaal van de gleiche Seite ist nichts. Ein Freis machen wir.
Bringt einfach nicht, weil mit dem Drag-Effekt bringt es eigentlich immer
Das ist
beide.
normaal von dort.
Ich würde auch nochmal verankern.
Okay, machen wir da, ist gut.
Weil die Seite
Wo
hier
hast du
nie
mir gegeben?
No, it's going to be the same draw again here for Lena Pats, trying to follow down that same line from the Lehman,
Zwei ist auch noch gut.
make the freeze on it.
Top. Hoe snel is het? Nummer 8 is
Linie 8 is goed, hè?
Linie is goed.
Nur Länge.
Linie is goed. Wij laten plaats.
Achtung.
looks pretty close once again.
Yeah, hustle. Yeah. Hard.
Well, still a pretty big target here for Rachel Oman.
Yeah.
So it looks like this could well be the last stone of the game. Just a short run back here for Rachel Homan.
Yeah. How's this going to run? Shouldn't move. But I'm not going to be overly outward with it. So
Switzerland need to steal 2 to take it to an extra end. Running out of stones, running out of time, running out of ends. Here she goes.
Whoa. Stay close.
Yep.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yep. Can't hurt it.
Oh, I think this might be made.
Oh, beautifully done. And that is it. They were up against it, but a very polished, very professional performance from Rachel Homan and Team Canada. They march on unbeaten in the round robin. I think Switzerland will be too disappointed with the way they played, clearly disappointed with the scoreline. Canadian fans appreciating the team's effort this evening here in Beijing. Well played to Canada. There's the final score, Canada 8, Switzerland 6.
Really was super stuff there from Team Canada. They'll be hoping to play like that every game this week, and if they do,
Yeah.
who's to say
It
they
just
won't
seemed like
become
we were in the half one end
world
and
champions
it's
for the
3.5
first time.
minutes, and like we didn't talk about anything. Like we were just like, no, it was after. Yeah.
Like, I don't know how to tell you, but you're slow.
Yeah. Early in the game for sure, but then we were like.
So just one game still out here in session 8, sorry. Germany and China over there on sheet D. Just a couple of stones to come, and we'll be bringing you the conclusion there. Maybe I'll still go to an extra end, or who's to say China can't win it right here and now, trailing by 2, but they've got 2 in behind a corner guard. There it is. So what do you do? Do you throw a guard? Or do you try and get another one into the house somewhere? Interesting stuff. See a big score of 3 in the 6th end, gave Germany the lead.
和站位的力量是2个力量。
这不是收取下呀。
这块头呢？
往这儿投一个不行吗
？3区4区那是站位呗，站位循进了就。
然后要不就搭一点边儿。
这块是2分，这块是纯2分了。
对。那你就变一下角。
That was one of the easiest positions, isn't it?
他肯定得传 run by 啊。
Guarantee 2 in an extra end by splitting the house, but do you have a better opportunity by doing something a bit riskier and put a potential 3 on the cards? You know, if you split the rings, that Germany are going to try and make the double, and it looks like an easy one.
OK， 行，4区还是这点。行，还是这点是好。
其实轻传一下是最好的。
The guard could well be the best option here. Let's see how it pans out. Wei Dong Tan returns to the bench. The discussions continue here.
或许就算传定了，这个球往这块走，这球往这块走，然后就头留在这块。
你头留在这块的话，传的稍微小一点的话，搞不好是3分。
The problem that the Chinese have here is that if they rumble anything around in the house, they're just going to leave easy double takeouts. So maybe just better trying to create some separation between the thrown stone and the 2 in the house here, and hope that they don't make a run back. It looks like what they're going to do here, they're going to just throw a guard on it.
行。 14秒吧。
What a great day it would be for China if they could somehow get away with this one and get a second win on the board. They stole in the 10th end earlier on against Korea. Maybe they can pull another one out the fire here this evening.
哦，看力量，看力量还行。34。还行。
我力量大了吗？
确保气氧，4区就行。哇，确保气氧。
Well, that went over curls a bit. And that's going to leave a double takeout here for Danny Yench. Just 30 seconds left on the clock here. And she's already in a hack ready to fire. Important to get her thoughts together and get a good one away here.
Yeah. Oh, oh, oh. I'm done. Oh, curl.
Oh, nicely done. Great shot there by Daniela Yench, and that's going to be good enough to extend this game.
Super, super.
At the very worst. Just poor stone placement there by China. Nerves of steel there from Daniela Yench. Just under 30 seconds left on the clock. Plays an absolute beauty to extend this game.
Yeah, lieber da.
So here's the final stone of the 10th end. Bingyu Wang needing. Yeah, and nicely done here, right down onto the beak. Score of 2 for China. This one's going to need an extra end. 10 ends played here of regulation time. And it's Germany 7, China 7.
That is distinctively curling. The stars have now aligned to deliver the world's ultimate showdown to the world's entertainment capital. Whether you're a storied veteran of events past or a future super fan anxious to attend your first, this is the one. The 2018 World Men's in Las Vegas with our most popular package, the 9-day, 10-night hit and stay for 2 people for just $20.29. Las Vegas rocks.
Tied game through 10 ends, 7 each. If you've just joined us and you're expecting coverage of Canada against Switzerland here in draw 8, that game concluded not too long ago. Canada seeing off Switzerland by 8 shots to 6 to remain the only undefeated team. Switzerland dropping their first game of the week. So we've moved over to catch the last game out there in this evening session. Germany and host nation China, 7H, extra end. So this is Pia Lisa Schill, the German lead. Germany throwing the red stones and China throwing the yellows. And a nice draw there. Germany getting quite lucky there in 10th end. China with an excellent opportunity to score 3 and didn't quite manage to put the finishing touches on it. We're really punished by a super double takeout by Daniela Jentsch. Some potentially risky strategy here from Germany. They're loading a lot of stones onto the center line here, which could well be useful for China. Don't seem interested in throwing a tick shot, which you would see a lot of teams playing.
Well, this is a sports soldier from Oberstdorf in Germany.
Well, that might be a blessing in disguise. Going all the way to the back line and out of the way, really.
It's been a right good tussle between these two teams. As you can see in the scores there. That big 3 and the 6 for Germany. But China fought their way back to win this extra end.
So Annalena Jentsch sending her first stone in this extra end down. Jams it on the back one, but controlling the top of the forefoot at the moment at least.
She's also a sports soldier from Füssen in Germany.
So China again are going to look for this draw. Try and get one somewhere around the top of the forefoot. Freezing on the red stone that's in there.
Just one stone, one shot. That's all it takes to win it. At the end of this extra end. This is negotiating its way through nicely.
Well, not quite far enough. So Germany are going to start to peel the long guards off. Absolutely the right thing to do.
You can see the cracks in the ice there. Don't worry. It's just the appearance of cracks. They're way beneath the ice at paint level. And the surface is immaculate. It won't impact on, hasn't impacted on play, as we can see with the shots being made. This is the only game left on in the arena tonight. And quite a few people staying on to watch the conclusion, mainly because it's Team China willing their team on.
Got to say the ice conditions here have probably been considerably better than they were at the 2014 World Men's Curling Championship. In the same venue, of course. And that's despite some of the challenges of the elements, a bit of rain outside, and if it as many as 7,000 in here.
Yep, and they're enjoying it so far. They enjoyed that shot. There they are, willing the team on, appreciating the good shots.
Oh, they couldn't have done much more with this one. Look how close it was past that top yellow.
That's a beauty. Squeezing it through there. Well played to China. Here's Josephine Obermann. He's a resource planner in Basel in Switzerland.
Well, actually quite a good shot there. They're a little bit braver with that. They might have got rid of that yellow stone, but they get second prize and making a perfect freeze on that stone in the button. You would expect that they'll be able to raise something onto that at some point. Got almost nothing between them. Lying, shooting right up behind it to give it some extra encouragement. Finds a pretty good line.
It's a long guard. That's a line that's important.
Der blockiert uns jetzt den.
Just a reminder, both teams do have a timeout to use in this extra end.
Timeout.
And on cue. Important. Get the thoughts of the coach.
Der blockiert uns, weil selbst wenn ich da nachher drauf blase ich alles von mir weg und dann fehlt der vordere Gelbe. Und wir haben uns den jetzt genau da davor geschoben, dass ich den Runback nicht mehr spielen kann, weil wir nehmen unseren dann immer mit weg und beide von uns wollen auch mit weg.
Ja.
Weißt,
aber müssen wir gleich
so dünn kriege ich den gar nicht, dass ich den da oben drauf
Aber dann würde ich auch den opfern, weil dann ist wenigstens so viel Platz, selbst wenn sie noch mal reinlegt oder was auch immer macht, dass sie hinterherkommen. Und sie muss erst mal wieder reinkommen.
Der liegt mir jetzt genau im Weg für den Runback. Ich muss den entweder jetzt spielen, dass ich halt jetzt einmal die Chance habe, einen 8-Fuß-Fall zu kriegen, weil jetzt die Guard aufmachen. Ich wüsste nicht mehr, wie ich nachher Shot werden will. Weißt? Weil ich, wenn nachher da drauf blas,
das ist zu spät.
Dann gehen beide roten und dann zählt der Zweier nachher. Weißt du, weil ich komm ja so, dann geht der, aber der geht auch und der geht auch. Also wenn dann... Eigentlich ja jetzt an den gedacht und ansonsten müssen wir nochmal die Guard nehmen, aber die Garden werden wahrscheinlich nur noch besser, weißt du?
Ja. Und dann mit Danis ersten den.
Dass ich irgendwie Platz kriege zum Leben.
Genau, dass dieser einfach irgendwie, also wenn du ihn auch so triffst,
ja.
Der muss einfach irgendwo hinter 4 Fuß, also so weit wie möglich, weißt du, dass der ganz rausgeht, damit es wirklich optimal trifft. Beziehungsweise ich würde den sogar dann von innen spielen, den Doppel, weißt du, wie du spielst.
So. Dass ich drauf laufe. Ich glaube, das geht nicht, weil ich hänge da, glaube ich, an.
Aber dann ist
auch gut, meinst du?
Ja, jetzt hast du 2 Möglichkeiten.
Okay.
Zuerst mal die Garde.
Okay, good.
Okay.
So that was Thomas Lips, the German coach, coming down to have his input. Thomas was the 2006 European champion for Switzerland, now coaching Germany.
A lot of experience coaching now. He's coached a few countries.
So I think they arrived at the right decision here, though. I think they've got options in the highest here, so just pulling the guards to the right call on this occasion, as far as I'm concerned. But they do need to make sure they get the guard off, and they've left one around the center line. It's a bit of a mistake there. That could make things much more complicated. It's certainly going to make the guard a lot easier for China. China having a timeout of their own here. Here comes Wei Dongtan. Wei Dong has been the coach of Team China for 15 years. I don't see too many options other than just throwing another guard and protecting that yellow stone in the button. They've got one in the winning position. They just need to keep it there somehow. So just anywhere on the left-hand side of the center line for Bing Yuang.
50% on her hits, 52% on her draws.
Wouldn't be feeling confident on either, to be honest.
So what a time to throwing the stone.
Well, this one's got a little bit of way to go here. Have they left a port? I think they have.
Yeah, look at the line, folks. What can you see?
That's a huge let-off for Germany there. Should be a pretty straightforward raise here for Daniela Jentsch. Just maybe a foot of separation between the yellow stone where the brush is and the red. That would be good enough to get that yellow stone off the button.
Attention definitely getting to both these teams. Real pressure here in this extra end.
Oh, we saw a super final takeout in 10th then for Daniela Jentsch. Should love to make another one here.
What a time to make it, if she can. She does have last stone, remember. You can hear a pin drop inside the Beijing capital arena here. Here we go.
Just wants to make sure she spins the yellow off the red on the button. Does so. Oh, a nice shot. Still an opportunity here for China, though. This could go either way. We're right down to the wire.
Pretty well executed that. This yellow just hanging about.
Oh, you know, even if Bing Wang does make the hit and roll under the cover here, it should be still a pretty easy shot for Jeremy to win the game. China need to lie shot after this stone to extend the game. Pretty good effort. Just need to roll half a stone more, though, really. That should be pretty easy takeout here for Daniela Jentsch, seeing almost 3/4 of that yellow stone. Maybe a little bit less.
The adrenaline will be pumping, though. Compose herself. Relax, keep calm. She has this shot to win the game. Last stone of this extra end. What will the outcome be? Oh my goodness. Oh.
Actually caught the top red there, got away with that one.
And she knows it, she knows it. Sigh of relief more than anything. It is victory for Germany. What a tussle these two have had. Heartbreaking again for Team China. Germany win 10-7 in the end after an extra end. They're absolutely delighted. Team Germany. Well done, Skip.
Well, here in the fourth end, it was 1 each between Canada and Switzerland. And this turned out to be a real game changer. Rachel Holman with the big drive here for the multiple score. Maybe a chance to score 4, but makes it pretty good. Gets the 3, and that opened this game right up. Then on into the fifth end. Canada leading by 4-1, and Alina Pats with the final stone, trying for the big run back. Really difficult shot here. And how close was this to removing all 3 reds? Touched it, just hit a little bit more. They all go. Steal of 2, and it's always going to be a long way back from there. 6-1 at halftime. Switzerland started to chip away and got back to 6-4, and then here's Rachel Holman in the 8th end, throwing the draw. And right down onto her own 2, and that would open up a 4-shot lead after 8 ends.
I think good to talk about.
And a last ditch effort from Switzerland to get back into this one. Could only muster a score of 2 in the 9th. Still trailing by 2 coming home, though. And then Canada able to run Switzerland out of stones in 10. Canada stay undefeated here in draw 8. Canada 8, Switzerland 6.
And there's the scores in the other games in session 8. Italy 4, United States 9, Scotland 3, Sweden 7, Germany 9, China 7. And the standings after session 8, impressively at the top, Canada 5 wins, no losses. Sweden, Switzerland on 4 and 1. Czech Republic and Scotland just below that. Italy, Korea, Russia and the United States 2 and 3. China 1 of 4 and Denmark still to win. Well played, Rachel. How would you assess that performance?
I think we had a strong game. I think, again, it's kind of a shot of just a couple shots here and there that game inches really. And I think both teams played better kind of than the score was. And just have to keep playing like that.
And Switzerland are a bit of a form team as well at the moment, so that's a good one to get.
A what, sorry?
They're a bit of a form team too. They were unbeaten too.
Oh, okay, yeah. They're always a really good team. And they always play really well. And I'm sure we'll see them again.
What do you need to do? Do you just need to work on... Do you need to work on anything now?
Yeah,
is there anything that
you're things? You're always tweaking things and learning as you go throughout the week.
And in terms of settling into the environment of the Worlds in Beijing, you know, you seem to have prepared really well.
Yeah, as best as we can. It's a quick turnaround between our nationals and this, and so we rest as much as we could and feel ready to represent Canada as best we can.
And how much would it mean to you to go all the way and win this?
A lot, but we're not thinking about that right now, just focusing on the round robin right now.
Well done today, well done.
Thank you.
And that was the winning skip, Rachel Holman. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage. We're back for more on day 4 of the Women's World Curling Championship. From me, Alison Walker, and Logan Gray, and the rest of the television team. Bye for now.